I mean, a couple people died in, was it 2 games in Altago actually because of the curse.
Yeah.
But no one really important.
Nobody important, just the king.
I mean, realistically, story-wise, he was assassinated.
Yeah.
Not from the curse. But I mean, that's a story step, you know. King dead. It's all well and good here. Nothing
Second to
unusual.
last boss dead.
Yeah.
Uh.
What about you, Adel? How do you feel about this? Let's do it. I don't know why I even bothered asking. Your eyes lit up like fireworks as soon as I mentioned sneaking off. So hopeless. So, I guess that's that then. We should start getting ready. As something tells me this won't be an easy journey. It'd be best if we got to the tower before dawn. I didn't know Dawn was here.
Sneaky.
Catching Mishi, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
It seems the store is a strange variety that can't be unlocked from inside. Well, out we go. This is so exciting. We need to leave before anyone notices us. Let's get smited. The north exit leads to the tower, right? The shop still seems to be open, so we can stock up on supplies before we leave. Do take care not to appear suspicious, however. Yeah, don't just go buying a whole bunch of potions and stuff. That gives away the idea that we're leaving.
You may wish to save.
I'll do that after I buy supplies. Realistically, I can only really buy it.
You're fine. On supplies.
It's fine. Cool. Oh. Hey, Adel. How about we stop by at that shop before we leave town? Philemon's workshop, was it? Yeah, that was the one that looked like it dealt with machines. We might be able to stock up on supplies there. It would seem wise to see what they have to offer then before we depart. Magitech sword, here we come.
It would seem that now is the time.
Now is the time? Is that Gazok? Gazok? Wasn't that the traveling merchant we met in Selray? Holy crap, it's him. What are you doing here, Gazok? Actually, I happened to see you entering the ruins and decided to follow you. I did get lost along the way, but I managed to make it here in the end. Just now, in fact. Seriously? I can't believe you made it all this way on your own. Those ruins are pretty dangerous, you know. What were you saying?
Huh?
Oh, you're like, now's the time?
Yeah, now's the time.
To go to the shop?
Now's the time.
Yeah, okay. Don't call me Gazok the Strong for nothing. I know that forest like the back of my hand. I'm not letting some monsters get in the way, get the best of me. Amazing, you must be stronger than you look. I hear that a lot. Anyway, there's something you should know. I'm actually from Highland. Dun dun dun! Scroll's looking over entire now. What? Naughty? What are you talking about? Perhaps I should be the one to explain. You see, Gazok here is my youngest brother. Really? Youngest? That means you have other brothers.
He said younger.
Oh. Oh. I want there to be more to this mystery. Let me have it, game. If I told you the whole story, we'd be here all night. So to summarize, a few decades ago, I got myself into a bit of trouble. Took a little spill, you could say. And eventually found myself washed up on the opposite side of the river. I was saved by the people of Selray, and well, that was that. You've been a beloved resident of Selray ever since I was born, so I had no idea. I would have never had any way to know that you came from the other side of the river. Wait, So is this supposed to be like a big teary-eyed reunion of long-lost brothers or something? It was, yes. So you all barged in and ruined everything. Oh, it's no bother at all. What was it you came here for? Did you need something? You came to reinforce our equipment with Magitech. That sounds like it'd be hell of an imposition, though. Oh, you shouldn't ask things like that. Honestly, I'm all right with you with it. If you are, Gazok. No problem. With these facilities, I'll be able to take care of that for you. No problem. What? Of course, if you have the materials, I'll even craft some accessories for you. I'm Gazok the Strong, after all. Though back when I lived here before, people called me Gazok the Super Handyman instead. Well, we'll go along with that. Feel free to work Gazok hard when he's here. Hey, get some stuff. It's quiet still. There's no shop music. I'm very sad. There's nothing like Beatles shop music here.
It's time.
Time? Oh, these seem strong. Plus 200 HP. That's pretty good. Oh, I can craft skill ring too.
It's time.
What, for skill ring too?
Not just that. Not just that.
Extra gauge rises during aerial combos. Power depends on distance traveled.
It's time.
Time for this?
It's so good.
This one? Yeah. I can grab 3 of them, actually. Plus 7? That's pretty good. I'll have to go equip that afterwards.
Hey.
Enemies defeated.
Hey.
This is pretty good.
Hey.
Plus strength, minus defense.
Hey.
Oh, hey, gold. Oh, gold.
It's time.
What the heck?
I don't think you understand.
These are so good. It's time.
It's time.
Well, let's get a gold bar. Oh, I can't
You don't
make
have
gold.
enough money for gold bars.
Well, let's go kill a bunch of
You have to
wildlife
come
then.
back later. Yeah.
I see what you mean now.
This is something
Okay.
this is something you can do later.
Well, I'll swap this out for the cloak. Yeah, that's fine.
Essentially, you just want basically near the end of the game, you can just take the highest warrior seal and the best of the ring, and just the best skill ring you have, and then just go spam skills out somewhere until you level up a skill to max, and then just do it for all the other skills.
Nice. XP is character XP, not skill XP. Oh yeah, that's what the warrior rings are for. So of course it's different. Duh.
Yes, there are separate rings for
different things.
character XP and skill XP.
So I'm gonna murderize all the wildlife. I've never seen a thunderstorm like this before. I believe this to be the only way to reach the tower. Yeah, I guess we're getting near the sanctuary of storms that they were talking about in town. Let's get a closer look. We'll figure out how to make it through in one piece once we get there. Nice. Anyway, so what games have you been playing recently?
So, I beat Death's Door.
Death's Door, gotcha.
And then I decided I don't want to start a new game that I would have to play from start to finish.
Yeah?
Because the Guild Wars expansion is coming out in days.
Yeah,
So I started playing that one game that you liked.
Which one?
Vampire Survivor.
Oh, Vampire Survivor. You got that. Nice.
Yes, I did. It was time for me to pick up another roguelike. Because, yeah, that's something that I can set down for a few weeks as I beat Guild Wars and come back to it and not lose anything.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's just a fun little game.
It is just a fun little game. I learned that you apparently can only play for 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's a very hard limit there. You can kind of get around that if you want to try to beat.
Apparently, it's not a hard limit.
It's pretty hard though. You gotta have like you have to get a pretty good build to be able to try to take down Death.
Apparently, you get a secret character for killing him.
You get a secret character for killing him. A character that's actually just quite broken, but I mean that's what happens when you defeat the hardest character. Yeah. Yeah. So those of you who don't know, Vampire Survivor is a kind of like a retro style throwback take on like a beat 'em up, like a hack and slash game.
Yeah, it's a hack and slash. Beat 'em up's a different genre.
Okay, sorry.
Beat 'em ups are generally
side scrollers.
What?
Are they side scrollers, or am I thinking about it?
Well, they're usually side scrollers. They usually have a move list.
Okay.
And a lot of the times they're co-op, which doesn't necessarily matter. But the point is that it's based on clearing screens, right? Think of the old like TMNT, Simpsons, arcade games.
Okay. No, I know what you're talking about.
I'm. This is for anyone who might not know. Those types of games. There's even that D&D one from like Capcom or something. Which is, yeah. Anyway, point is, but a hack and slash is more. Its pace is a bit faster. It's not necessarily screen based. They have a fair amount of overlap.
Yeah.
Right. But a beat 'em up is like you might see like it's usually like waves of enemies rather than just everything all at once.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's some differences. That's.
So Vampire Survivor is a hack and slash.
Absolutely.
With the retro throwback as its primary, it's like
art style. Yeah.
Art style, yeah.
And the interesting part about it that nobody mentioned before I started playing is that there's no attack button.
No. The only choices that you have, well, the only input you have on how the game is played is moving the character around and deciding on what of a select set of items you get to pick for your build.
Whenever you level up.
And it's not even like Slay the Spire, for instance, where you get to like decide not to pick anything. You have to pick something,
which is really unfortunate, as I was trying a build and it refused to give me the other item, and so I had to pick something else. It was bad.
Yeah.
That run did not last very long.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, pretty fun.
Let me just
it's a lot of decision making and positioning are the two major things.
Yeah. Well, then, how are you liking it so far?
It's pretty all right. I've only got a couple characters unlocked, but I think it's interesting that this is the game with like the small. You should probably start
Fighting back.
Dying. The least amount of like difference between characters that I've seen, because their only main difference is starting weapon and then their passive.
Yeah.
For the most part. And then they all play exactly the same otherwise, because it's just a matter of what you pick up.
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
What's your favorite build so far?
Well, the one I had the most success with is taking the character that starts with the homing magic wand,
Yeah.
and then just building cooldown reduction. To just have a constant stream of misses.
Yeah, it's a pretty good build.
I had the magic ones, I had the crosses, I had I don't remember what else. The game really needs a run summary at the end. You can see how well you did.
It needs
what
one?
items you had. I think it needs one, yeah.
It has one.
Does it?
Yeah.
Where is it?
As far as it's there after you finish a run.
Oh no. So I mean a run history.
Oh, okay. It's a summary, but not history. That's
Yeah,
different.
there's a summary at the end, but not like a, here's how you did.
Yeah.
Like you go back and look at past runs. It needs that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's still in early access, so it's getting worked on. They just added a thing the other day that it was just before I started playing, which was the ability to evolve weapons.
Evolve weapons?
Yes.
It was
so
there.
when you...
It's been there.
What? Has it?
Yeah. You just have to get certain things to line up. Otherwise, you won't be able to evolve a weapon during the run.
Apparently, I thought it was added recently based on...
It might have been, but it's been there for a couple weeks, for at least a week or two.
Okay, well that's what I mean. That's right before I started playing.
Okay.
In terms of the age of the game.
Yeah. Anyway, when I was playing, you could evolve weapons. Not all of them could be evolved, but some of them could.
Maybe they've been expanding it.
Been adding. Yeah, it's been being expanded upon.
Either way, the point is that seems like a pretty new feature because it's not fully documented.
Yeah, it's like I said before, it's a fun little game. It's really relaxing because you just focus on movement and positioning. You don't have to worry about like attacking everyone or you take them first, because that's just how you build your inventory, I guess, or like your set of weapons. What's your favorite weapon?
Garlic.
Garlic? Even though it's like the worst one?
I don't know what you're talking about. It is amazing.
I mean, it's great to start with, but it really does not scale. I love it too. It's my favorite as well, but like I said, it kind of doesn't scale.
I don't know what you mean by doesn't scale. You just lower its cooldown and then you're constantly doing damage. And the little bit of knockback means enemies hardly ever get close enough to you.
Yeah. Another one of these bears.
Why do I hear Monster Hunter music?
Archeros, no.
Are you ready?
Just a second. Alright.
Oh, there we
Back
go.
to fighting Archeros. I really need to upgrade these daggers for the stats again. Or the statuses at the end. That was pretty
I'm
useful.
sure it's fine.
From what I could tell. I could just upgrade them with the other daggers. The ones that already have all the status effects on them.
Yeah, probably.
This guy does a lot of damage to me.
Yeah. Stunned him though.
Yeah. Whoa. What was that? Was that
Yeah, that
harness
was a new
skill?
skill. is.
Shock Spark. That's the one.
Yep.
Stay where you are.
Nice.
Here.
Whoa, this is a nice try.
Purple stone.
Purple stone. Should probably not run forward and instead heal up.
No problem. Probably.
Too late.
Force them back.
Kind of crazy how you're rushing ahead with no health.
Well, they're fine.
You also have no health.
That's a fair point. That is a very fair point.
Come on, let's get going.
I have been playing a mix of games. So I've gone back to the 3DS
Enemies. Yeah, you sure did.
and started playing a game called Fantasy Life. It's been a while since I played it, so I restarted, and I haven't gone very far in it because I've been distracted by other recent releases. But it's a fun little game. It's got the it's not the same job system that Final Fantasy games tend to have, but it's very similar where you get a class, which is basically what they call life, or like a life in the game.
Sure.
And as you level up, you get skills that you can use during your other lives, and you basically progress through a bunch of different classes and get like little story snippets about a town, and you just enjoy the game story and the atmosphere.
All right then.
Other than that, I've been playing more Grounded,
Yes.
as I mentioned before. I have been enjoying the content that they've added post initial early access release. So for those of you who don't know, it's basically like you're a character who's been shrunken down and now basically are in like a yard of like some family's house. I really don't want to fight this bear again.
Time to go.
Yeah. But everything there is like jumbo size because you're tiny size. And so I've finally been able to get into like the sandbox that's on the in the yard, and surviving there is rough because if you go there during the day and you're out in the sunlight, you take a status called sizzling, so you actually go and like you kind of get lit on fire.
Oh.
And so you have to go there at night, which is kind of dangerous because then all the spiders are out. So you gotta get there very carefully. That's fun. And of course, playing a bit of Elden Ring, because that's a game that came out recently.
Sure did.
And it's pretty good. All things considered. Oh, I don't want to get strength down on this.
It won't strength down.
Oh, sorry. It's what is that?
Look at the preview on the left. That's what you're getting.
What is the thing on the right then, where it shows those 4 stats going down?
Well, it would reduce them if you had them.
Oh, right. There's no negative numbers here. Yeah, I guess I'll just do this then.
I mean, that was the plan anyway.
That was the original idea for coming back here. Let's see, got one of those.
You wanted gold.
I did want a gold. That was to craft the other accessory. Which one was it? It was the one near the bottom here? It was this one. Because that will help me.
Yeah.
I have to use this on the character that I'm currently using, right? I believe.
They have to be in the party.
In the party or actively being in use?
In the party.
Okay, because basically just don't put it on Ozma. Where's Seal Wonders Cloak? I guess I could go without using the cloak for a little bit. It's not like it's the best item I have right now. It's gonna be way better at the end of the game.
But unlike 7, it's really good right when you can find it, because it's pretty. Because they wait until pretty late, so it doesn't just look like a disappointing item right off the bat.
I could have crafted it earlier if I recall. I just didn't because it wasn't super useful. But yeah, I mean, it was like +3 at the time I found it,
which isn't too amazing.
It's not too amazing, now, but it's +3 to +3 to all the stats, so pretty good.
I mean, it's +3 to 2 stats.
Oh, is it 2 stats, or is it strength and health? Right.
Defense, strength and defense.
Strength and defense.
The main stats.
The main stats. Yeah. Okay, so that's been done. Now I get to craft topaz, so I can put one of each of these back on the daggers. I can't do that anymore. Okay, that's too expensive. That's fine. That's good enough for now. Probably good enough until I find a whole new item. I just want the status effects because why not?
Status effects are good.
They are pretty good. And because they don't stack or deal more damage because of having more, then I just won't. I totally didn't explore the left-hand side here. Oh no, I couldn't because there was a drop down that I couldn't unlock yet.
Sure to save.
This is a save stone. I should save at the save stone. As this is true. Especially because there's a cutscene right here. The rain's really starting to pick up. We should probably set up a tent here and rest, Edel. But there's no sapling. A tent. Yeah, a tent. Wow, this is starting to feel really exciting now. Like we're hiding out in the wilderness. We can use this area as a base of operations during our time here then. Yeah, though we need to be back in Highland before dawn, so we can't spend the night here or anything. We should be able to rest for a little while though, at least. Sounds good to me. I like how we've just been leaving these tents around everywhere.
Yeah, why not?
Everyone just uses them like it's like just a random like little shack or something. A memory sealed deep within Adel's mind was released. Oh, that reminds me. Where the first Ajuros was on this path here, wasn't there a memory?
There probably was.
Ah, I thought you might be interested in the sphere. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you anything about that at the moment. It would spoil all the fun. But I have the feeling that one day you will discover the truth behind it on your own. And I do not intend to rob you of that joy. You are the first person to ask me so many questions. My body's not supposed to feel exhaustion, and yet somehow I'm beginning to understand what it's like. I have brought some tea. Would you like to have a rest now? Thank you, Lisa. Could I trouble you to help me carry the tea, Adel? Lord Odile, is something the matter?
Oh, no.
I was just thinking that the two of you go together quite well. What? But Adel seems to have quite a wide pool of interests. As your father figure, I would be a bit worried to think he might neglect the household.
Honestly.
Don't tease me like that. Yes, Adel. Yet another one. Adel has his habit.
Established.
Yep. My apologies. Dang it, Adel. Okay, we're out like a light, man. Come on, we gotta get moving. We're running out of time. Okay. Well, now that I have memory fragments unlocked, I can now go back and see that, yes, I indeed forgot a memory.
Yep, you should go grab it.
I should go grab it, because it's more like... Did I get any stats from that? The one I just had?
One.
I was robbed.
I was robbed my 1 point of strength.
I had strength last time. It was probably defense this
My
time.
10 maximum hit points. Oh, by the way, look at where it is.
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah. All right. Just.
Yeah, I gotta go all the way back here.
Yeah.
It's on a different batch. This way.
Yeah. It just looked like you were going up to that one spot. It's like, I'm not gonna be there.
That's fixed.
No. Now you're going the right way, I think.
Yeah.
Well, you also think. You haven't seen it.
It's over here.
The likelihood is high,
Hey, this one seems
but
way too tough.
until it appears.